Bonjour and welcome to the Rennie Mystery Box Challenge.
In each of these episodes, the guys and gals at Rennie send us a mysterious and slightly unusual ingredient, and with your help, we cook something delicious with it.
Your aim is really off.
Oh.
What is
I think I've got an idea. Do you guys know?
Well,
There are lots of them.
Now, who's going to pick this one up?
no.
I'll get
Not
stuck in
getting
with this
near
one.
that.
Oh.
Oh, it's kind of soaked through the greaseproof paper.
Oh, look. Whoa. Look
So
at
they
that.
look a little bit like brains, but what do we think they might be?
I think they're hearts.
James, can you help us out?
What are they?
I can help you out. I don't think you need helping out.
No, I think I know what they are.
Sweetbreads.
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 They
The
don't
things
look
that
very
have
bready.
nothing to do with bread.
Nothing to do with bread.
Very little bread involved.
So these come from the glands and the pancreas of animals.
Oh.
These are lamb.
Okay.
And you should probably point to which glands, because some people get confused, don't they?
Yes.
Which glands is it?
Pancreas and kind of thymus.
So you have cooked with these before then?
Yes, you used to cook them in a
Well,
restaurant.
that helps.
So
That helps.
I know a few ideas to do with them, but
I
we
don't
want yours.
want your ideas.
We want your ideas.
Barry, send a tweet.
I'm on it.
Barry, hurry up and send a tweet. I don't like them.
Sent.
Well, we've had plenty of time to stop, collaborate and listen, so we have come up with lamb sweetbread nuggets with pickled mushrooms.
And they are going to be absolutely delicious. Obviously, starting with the sweetbread, so offal. What we need to do first is take them and soak them in cold water for several hours or overnight to get rid of any of the impurities, any of the bitterness. And once you've done that, they end up looking like that. And you can see the colour of the water changes slightly. But what you're left with are nice, tender, clean offal. Then drain them off. And then once they're completely dry, we can place them into a pan. All we want to do is very slowly poach them in milk, along with a couple of bay leaves and a few peppercorns. And we're just going to heat that very gently up to a boil and then simmer it for no more than a couple of minutes. You don't want to overcook them.
And the best thing about these is that when you bite into them when they're done, they're so juicy and tender.
These are really rich meat, so the best thing to serve them with them is something tart. So we're going to make some pickled mushrooms. To make the pickling liquid, all you need to do is throw all of these ingredients into a pan. So some white wine vinegar and flavour it with loads of different flavours and spices. So coriander seeds, peppercorns, a couple of cloves of garlic, which we're just going to crush, fresh thyme, and then the peel off of a lemon. Put it all in, heat it to a boil, add in the caster sugar so it sweetens it slightly, and then your pickling liquid is done. As we wait for our pickling liquid to boil, we can get the stuff ready that we need to pickle. So we've got a whole
It's funny, doesn't it?
pickling liquid.
Pickling liquid.
Pickling juice. We can get ready all of our stuff we're going to use. So a selection of wild mushrooms. We've got girolles. We've got some shmiji. Shmiji? Enoki. We've got some blue pierre. We've got some oyster mushrooms and some chestnut mushrooms.
Look how purple these are. They're great, aren't they?
Blue. No, they're blue. They're called blue pierre.
Blue pierre, blue feet.
Could you use button mushrooms?
You can use whatever mushrooms you like, but
Magic
a mixture is really nice.
Well, what about closed cup mushrooms?
If you'd like to use those, we have got some closed cup chestnut mushrooms. Like
What
this.
about portobello mushrooms?
If you like?
Stop naming mushrooms.
I've run out of mushrooms.
But I think what you want to aim for is a real mixture, both in their size, their shape, and their texture, is better. But you could just go with all of the same type, and then cut them into small pieces. Because basically, what we're going to do is stack them up in a jar, ready to pickle.
That's part of the set, Ben. I don't think you can just take that.
And you're going to sterilise that because my immune system is pretty weak.
And you should sterilise it too by pouring it with boiling water first, emptying out. You can put it in an oven at a low temperature for 25 minutes or so, just to basically kill any bacteria that's in there.
That is a mushroom selection.
There isn't mushroom left in that jar, is there?
At this point, pour all of your vinegar, which has now got all those amazing flavours of the coriander, the thyme, the peppercorns, the lemon, the garlic, over our mushrooms,
That went in my brain.
and then trap the heat in. And what you end up with
It's a smaller jar.
It's a smaller jar.
is that volume.
Wow,
Because
that-
it all shrinks down. That's it.
heat melts the
It
jar.
all shrinks down. You
That's
end up with
amazing.
that. At this point, you can see our sweetbreads, they're now poached and cooked through. So we just drain them off. And there's one more process that we kind of need to do now. Basically, you want to cut away this membrane. You don't have to remove it, but it'll be a little bit extra chewy. If you're going to go to the effort of getting sweetbreads and cooking them, you might as well do this process too. You just get a knife underneath.
Now this might sound really obvious, but they're called sweetbreads because they're sweeter than other meats, but I couldn't figure out why they've got breads on the end of the...
Yeah, the bread bit I don't quite understand.
Yeah.
Does anybody know why they're called sweetbreads? That'd be really useful.
We don't know, so if you know, comment below. Yo-ho.
They're also really difficult to get hold of fresh. You'll actually have to go to your butcher and ask them, and if you can't get hold of sweetbreads, you could do this entire recipe with lumps of chicken thigh or something like that instead. You don't have to use sweetbreads and offal if it's not your thing. Once you've got all your sweetbreads ready, the next process is to coat them in breadcrumbs, just like a chicken nugget. We're going to pass them through seasoned flour, beaten egg, and then breadcrumbs so that they are paneed. And now they're almost unrecognisable as sweetbreads. And the last thing that needs to be done is fry them. So oil at about 180 degrees Celsius, and they'll just need 2 or 3 minutes till they're golden. In the meantime, I'm going to take our pickled mushrooms, drain them with vinegar, and toss them in finely chopped parsley. And because I couldn't find purple cress, I tried to grow some. So we've got some little purple cress. When I say little, I mean they could do with another day or so on the windowsill. But we can probably get a few tips. And there they are, our very own lamb sweetbread nuggets with pickled mushrooms, thanks to your suggestions.
Sorted.
Now we love an unusual ingredient here at Sorted, so if you've got one that you think we'd like to try, then comment down below, let us know what we should try next, or send us in a photo of you cooking something up with an unusual ingredient. Sortedfood.com.
Oh, pickled mushrooms with the richness of that sweetbread. Oh.
I like them. Try mushrooms and sweetbread.
Yep, good job everybody. Well done. Well
So
done.
good.
Top notch. Absolute top notch. Well done.